brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. If you quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
All right, what's up, grinders? How you doing? Yes, we're not going to do the theatrics because we got things to talk about today. I think I've seen enough to know I've seen too much. So hopefully everybody's doing good. Hit that like button, share it out. Let them know the Grindhouse is open and the flames are burning. Shout out to everybody coming on in here. Dave, Neil, Dribble, 6-1-I, The Unknown, The Blaze, Thrifty. What's up, man? Yeah, I'll open up that Discord in a bit. Will, how you doing, man? Great talking to you guys last night. Shout out Thrifty, be on a show tonight on the Thrifty podcast. You know, definitely check that out over there. We were on the show last night. Michael Meridian, how you doing? Corey, Outside Gaming Night. Sweet Willie in the house. Buck Rogers here. Compost Smurf. There he is. Veggia, Sweet Willie for Brizzle. Can't wait to hear my response. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be something. And then Sergeant, what's up? DeFloyd, how you doing? Nemesis D. And then who else? We had Jesus in the house. Harry Tran. Hope everybody's having a good time, man. It is wild, dude. It is wild. The internet is a bunch of
great circle.
That's what that. I can't listen. I saw enough. Let's just go and do a recap first before I get into the thing. What's up, 16-bit Kev? How you doing, man? Let's just go into what the and hopefully it's not too loud coming in. Let's just go with the official like the stuff was. That's the tennis. How you doing, man? But also before we get into that, I just want to let you know. We dropped 2 members, so I need about 2 more members to get that emoji. I wanted to try to add the emoji for today, but it said it needed 2 more, so just letting you guys know that. And we are just about 80 people, under 80 away from the 3,000, which we're going to have a banger of a show, 3,000 celebration of the Grinders, a milestone that I can't believe I'm even near right now. So I want to thank everybody for all their support. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because this is, listen, there's no fluff here. I'm just a consumer. That's it. Like, I just buy things. I'm a gamer. I like electronics. I like games. I love games. I grew up with games. We're all around the same thing. And there's no kind of messaging or kind of thing that I want to do. This is how I feel. And that's what this channel's always been. It's how I feel. You may like it. You may not like it. But just hang around. Everybody respectful. Treat people like you want to be treated, and we joke around, have fun, and entertain. That's what it is. It's fun. I entertain myself as well. Pause. not in that way. But anyway, we'll entertain and just have a good time because it's games. But they do grind my gears, and just the stuff that I gotta talk about, things nobody's bringing up really yet. But let's just talk about what the hell happened, because we all said it was
25. It's coming.
What's up, Dave Rock? It's coming, right? It's here. So yesterday, the Cerninator went out there and did his 9-minute video. And just to kind of recap it here, because this is the thing that it's about 3 million views it got already. But this is what the Cerninator talked about. One of the things is that he had 9 minutes, right? He had 9 minutes, but he spent about 4 or 5 of it talking about the existence of the PlayStation. Let me fix my... Oh, crap. Hold on. I fixed my audio to come out of here. There you go. Now you could hear it.
Hi.
There we go, Cerninator. Cerny looking old, man. They got to put him in. He needs to go back in the cryo chamber. I thought they would like liquid freeze him and kind of release him.
I'm Mark Cerny.
Cerny looking like Dana Carvey now. On top of that thing, but we're gonna see. He's the PS5 lead architect. So I really don't want to go through everything he says in here except for the big 3 that he talks about. So the point of this video, and I don't want to toot the horns of the Grindhouse, but if you listen here and you've listened to the show, you would know that a lot of this stuff that I said was going to happen has happened. And this is not from no inside knowledge. This is just observation. And it's happening. And the thing is that, first off, I told you about the hard drives. I said, go get those disk drives. Those disk drives selling out. I told you exactly what this is going to be. I said, they're going to do a drop of digital, and everybody, those disk drives are going to you're going to get those things. Everybody buying them. If you listened here, you would have been buying them last week. And I saw a lot of people saying, yo, I picked it up. Thanks a lot, man, for the advice. I told you. There was no inside knowledge. I'm not an insider. Not what I'm hearing is those. I could see that happening because they will drop a digital and they will say disk drives. There you go. Then I told you what this was going to be. This video was going to be dry as hell. This guy is not the sales guy. He's not the one to hype you up and say, pre-order today. That's not what this is. What this video was, and I said this on Monday, what this video was the theory of why the PS5 Pro exists. What was his kind of vision of what this thing is? That's what it was. This wasn't go pre-order. This wasn't like bangers, here he comes. Cerny don't deliver the bangers. He's the brains. He's the architect. He's the Krang. That's what he is. Herman Holst is Shredder. He's Krang. He's the brain. He's not the one that says drop pre-order today. That's not him. So that's exactly what this video was. It was dry. I said people were going to be disappointed, and they were. But there was a shock there to me as well that I didn't think they were going to do. So now that we're going through this, let's just say, so Cerny talks about the history of the PlayStation 5, what they were about to do.
CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5.
The brains,
and enable high-speed, complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds, and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second. PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas.
This is part of his 9 minutes, though.
Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism
Frosted
that
glass.
comes from real-time global illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed,
SSD.
resulting in ultra-fast transitions between game worlds and data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
You okay? I'm working on it.
Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are. Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing inside.
So he's recapping the tech of the PS5.
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences.
Okay.
Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes.
This is the theory of why it exists. Now, you could say, we don't want it, we don't need it. Like, this is their vision as to why. He's the visionary, right? This is the issue that he's trying to address: fidelity and performance modes. The whole thing is that they're trying to say, hey, with this generation, you have performance modes and you have fidelity modes. Let's blur the lines between those.
It can be a
And
difficult
again, this is a console thing.
choice for players. Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second, mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time.
And there it is. Players are choosing performance mode 3/4 of the time. You have your console set even to default to performance mode. So this is the why.
Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro.
There it is.
We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3.
And this is now, that was the problem that they addressed. And now this is the methodology to fix this or address this thing. And it doesn't say to eliminate it, but to blur the line of that flicking between fidelity and performance. Why can't we just build a system that gives both? This is their words. This is the whole point of this whole thing, is the theory of why they went with a pro thing. You could say marketing, they want to get more consoles. Hey, this is what the guy said. This is the tech in there. So, larger GPU, advanced ray tracing,
First,
and AI
we made
upscaling.
the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster.
There.
Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short.
Sir.
PSSR analyzes the game
Yeah, the
images
chat was
pixel
frozen.
by pixel.
I thought everybody left. Chat was like frozen, dude. I don't know what was going on. I was checking to make sure it's still going on. It's back up. Dude, we're talking about it, dude. Henzu, member of 2 months, he goes, what's good, Jez? Are we ready for that pro? Woo! That's right, baby.
And can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games. Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the Big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier.
Don't stop! We gotta lose.
This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, we can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects, as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jor's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference, allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family.
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh, no.
Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
So, listen. So so the thing is when you look at this and you see the differences, like the ray tracing of the thing. I just let it run because I think this got completely missed. Completely missed on this thing. Like everybody's like, well, right to what the trailer that we're going to find out next. But I feel that, you know, what he's shown here, you know, and they zoom in, they show the Ratchet, and you can't, and again, watching on a phone or watching it through the thing, you could see a little bit of difference, a little sharpness, a little bit. Does it show the 50% increase and things like that? I didn't think so. But it does show a difference. And the idea of merging fidelity and performance, you could see. You're getting the frame rates and you're going to get the performance in the stuff that he's shown. Right? This is what in what they were showing. And they were showing their stuff. Like, you know, some of the ray tracing, you could see it on the car, you know, over here and things like that. So you could see. And then a little bit was shown in the stuff that they did. And I said they did the same thing with Spider-Man, with the AI upscaling, with the checkerboarding and stuff like that. But he says it's part of the family. And that's the difference. This thing is not the next upgrade path. They're not trying to say, hey, all you guys on PS5 got to go upgrade to a Pro. That's not what this thing is. This is not a transition in that sense. This is just an addition to what's already available. This is not replacing anything. So we've been through mid-gen refreshes. We know what to expect. In that, you know, nobody's going to go run amok with this thing and forget about the base PlayStation. They're not going to. It will be held back by whatever the base PlayStation is. Nobody's just going to take this power and run. It's a graphical boost. It's a boost. It's a clarity boost. They have the AI, some tech in it. That's what it is. This is not the next gen console. But I have to say, this presentation was dry. Like, it was. Like, I think that they should have done more. I thought they were going to talk about how it enhances the PSVR, how it enhances possibly the Portal, if there's any kind of streaming elements, if there's any kind of more power for any kind of emulation or better processing of their streaming or transmitting video. They do have Wi-Fi 7, which you never mentioned in there, which we'll get into the next video, which there's more information. Very high level theory of this thing. But what they shown wasn't enough for the next thing that happened. And I was surprised. I thought it would just end here and they would possibly show the design and do it. But they didn't. They did a sizzle reel and the
console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family.
Yeah.
Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
I said put it in dry. Now here it is. So, and I'm not going to play the music on here, but now this is the thing. What's up, Dog Zone? This is the concern right now. This is where the video and everything went wild on top of this stuff. So here we go. They showed the design. I was like, oh wow. So they showed the design of it. Great. You know, showed it. Yep, it has the Adidas. My Adidas. They did the Adidas thing. Looks slick. Looks good. I thought they would do a black with the white stripes, but no. And now we see the games that we have already played. And some third party mixed in there. Now, there's Final Fantasies. You know. Okay, this is just a sizzle reel of their stuff. Everything looks good. Their first party, their exclusive games, everything looks good. You know, show the best. Right? They even show a launch game on the PS5. Ratchet, probably the best example of ray tracing in this generation, I would say. Oh, some Alan Wake. There's your ray tracing there. Okay, sizzle reel, fine. I'm like, okay. And then Hogwarts Legacy, some third party there. Co-Cerny. Bet you say, hey, let's go. And then they keep going. Okay, yeah, we got it. Exactly, Big Dick Rick. Big Dick Rick, yeah. These are very minuscule comparisons. And then, ba-boom. Flash. And they said, okay, 2 seconds, 1 second, we gone. And there it is. That, they just said, boom. And then that's where the cookie crumbled. That's where everybody focusing on. Cerny could have just done cartwheels. Cerny could have ripped off his shirt and did a cartwheel and jumped into a pile of skinny dipped in a water pool. Nobody would care. This pop-up melted everything. $699.99 in the US. Available November 7th. This is what everybody's talking about. Cerny's big three, a big nothing. They don't care. This is what it is. $700 console, mid-gen refresh. Okay? And that's when everything went to kablooey. Let me get these chats here. Hold on. Don't want to miss them again. There you go. Stonewall, member for 24 months, 2-year grind today. He goes, 2 years, how time flies, keep it up, and Astrobot. Hey, thank you so much, Stonewall. Cloud Strife, we got Final Fantasy right in the chat. Jez, the PS5 Pro, it's coming.
25. It's coming.
It's coming with the Pissa.
25. It's coming.
And piss on these bots, PC nerds, and Nintendo drones. They're all in a state of panic. Mm-hmm. Easy Tone with the 10. He goes, the funniest argument from the clowns is if you're going to spend $700 on this, then why don't you get a $1,400 PC starter kit? That's twice as much and probably won't even run as smooth and consistent. Dude, yeah. Celebrate your 5th super chat, man. Thank you again. Yeah, you could tell where the conversation had went after this thing. Listen, this was a surprise to me. I didn't think that they would flash the price out given that thing. I thought it was just a tech talk and they were going to take care of business like that. But when they did the price, I was like, oh, so they've been pulling the Band-Aid off. Like, they got to do this. Now, we found out later, pre-orders start on September 26th for PlayStation Direct and then on October 10th for other retailers. So they're pulling that kind of stuff, which I wasn't a fan of the tiered kind of pre-order thing, but that's when pre-orders start. The pre-orders didn't start today or yesterday. They're on the 26th. So this is my advice to you. I gave you advice about the disk drive. The problem that everybody was having was they had to make an immediate choice, yes or no, yay or nay, based on what they shown in the 9 minutes of the Cerninator. And that's not the question you should be asking. The question is like, okay, 700? Okay, these are your big 3? Okay, you showed a little bit of what it does? All right, now you got until the 26th to sell it to me to see if I hit that pre-order or not. There's a reason why the 26th, which is, by the way, TGS Day, Tokyo Game Show. There's a reason why that it's not today, pre-order today. Because they got to show what they're cooking. They got to show the new stuff. And I think the tone will change if they do that. Now, I'm not going to say they are. I think they should. I hope they do. If they don't, then they're misreading the room again, Concord style. But they need to now say, hey, this is it. I gave you the theory. I showed you the thing. Showed you the price. Now sell it. Show them what we're cooking. They show Wolverine. They show Venom. They show Ghost of Tsushima 2 and Fidelity and showing the trees in the distance at 60 frames and running around and going, oh my God. Now all of a sudden you see the reasoning why for this, because he said he spoke to devs. But you don't have to make that decision today. You don't have to make that decision based off that wasn't the point of this thing. But everybody wants to jump down the throat of this thing going 700 and then just go, no way. Okay, fine. That's the reason why pre-orders weren't like pre-order now based on Cerny's 5 minutes of talking shit. I expect them to now do a show, and they can announce the PS5 Pro modes. They could say what games have, because that's the other issue in this whole thing here, is that there is no blanket statement. This is not the death of 30 frames per second games. Let's not fool ourselves. We don't fool ourselves here in the Grindhouse. I'm not going to do that Xbox bull where we're going to make these one-off statements about how the most powerful console, the end of 30 frames, 60 frames is the basic. Don't go in there with the anticipation. Let me tell you this. If you care so much that you will not play below a 60 frames per second game, then you are not a customer of a console. You should get a PC where you control everything. And you could tailor the graphics, the shadows, everything that you need to get the 60 frames if that's what it is for you. Do not come to these platforms thinking you are at the mercy of the developer and whatever they can do here. So if you go 60 frames or bust, go get a PC, send your money over there where you can control everything to your satisfaction. So this is not the end of 60 frames. So all these blanket statements where we're merging fidelity, he said, we're going to give you fidelity at what performance quality. So he's not committing that everything is going to have a 60 frames 4K. And that's not the expectation. Don't go in there with this. That's why I always said here, use your two sources, the left eyeball and your right eyeball. We need to see the games. We need to see them running on here. We need to see the modes available. Every game is going to be different. Every game is going to be different. You're going to find that game that's like, yo, we put so much ray tracing and shadows and leaves and foliage and dynamics and physics and AI. We're trying to hit 45 frames, but we're going to run it probably at 35. and at 4K, and that's what you're getting. And it's like, oh man, look. You know, we saw it with Dragon's Dogma and all this other stuff. Like this is what happens. So you can't blanket statement this thing and that it's going to give you 60 frames on everything. And the games that they're showing were games that we have already played, games that even were cross-gen. The games do the talking. That's right, Dark Zone. We need the games. And that's why we got to see. That's why I'm expecting another show that's going to show us the games. And that will definitely make people now go, okay, now I'm seeing the value if you do of it. But that wasn't what happened yesterday. No way, Jose. Nobody had a goddamn brain in their head yesterday. Because yesterday wasn't even about buying a console. Yesterday, the disaster, the train wreck. And this is why you got to grind those gears. The train wreck of everything was how to spend $700. Do you have it? Do you not have it? I have it. You have it. I have it, but I don't want to spend it. Well, I could do this off to the sperm banks and all this other stuff. Let's go donate blood and plasmas, and everybody's trying to come up with ways of like how they're going to spend it. They're not going to spend it. It's not worth it. Who's it for? All this bullshit. It wasn't even about the system. It was about how will you spend $700? The pocket watches. And I told you this. As soon, no matter, even if this was $600, $700 bigger, no matter what the price was of this thing, it was going to get the heat from everybody. First off, the PC guys don't want to be threatened by any console because they got the most powerful rig in the world, right? Of course. And the Xbox guys are bitter that there's nothing available for them. And they got a box that has the same tech in it with a 2 terabyte hard drive and Aaron Greenberg stripper glitter from the closet. That's what they got for $600 nonetheless. Same tech. The most powerful console in the world, they lost the power narrative. The thing that they've been trying to hang their hat on since the dawn of 2017. And they're bitter that Phil has just conceded and now wants to do a portable Xbox when the Switch 2 is breathing down his neck. Listen, they want this thing to be dismissed. They want to price it out going, nobody wants it, nobody wants it. They did it with the Portal. They do it with the PSVR 2. Oh, nobody wants it. No, you want it. You're just upset that your company's not doing it. And listen, I'm telling you right now, there's no judgment. If you don't want to get this, don't get it. I don't care. It's not like you're not a gamer if you don't get it. Oh, you should be a gamer. Like, dude, it's an option, right?
Black Ops 6 day one.
It's an option.
Pretty clean, right?
Your choice.
Like,
it's a choice. What happened to choice?
Do that. Yeah, most people in this
what
room
happened
have
to
probably
choice?
been used to spending
choice?
$60-$70 on it every year. Now,
it's a choice.
Subscribing to Game Pass.
And
good to go.
But it's a choice. Like,
what happened to
we
choice?
didn't say to anybody, you have to subscribe to Black.
You don't have to buy
if
it.
you want to buy Black Ops, it's great. It's great for us. It's great for the developer. If you want to subscribe, it's also great. Like, I want to give you the choice on how you play your games and who you play with.
It's about choice. What happened to choice? Options are great. Look, you could buy the disk drive. You don't need to buy options. Choice. What happened to choice? Well, Phil Spencer was touring the world. Everybody was, oh, it's about choice. Where to put a choice? Cerny's adding this to the family of PlayStation consoles that are at 68 million. And people are like, boo, we don't want it. We don't want it. It shouldn't exist. Who's this for? Please. Sit down with your fake ass. Choice. You know what the difference is? Is that they're giving you something that's worth a goddamn choice. There's a choice that's a worthwhile choice, not some fabricated choice of giving stuff that people don't want, people that apparently don't know quality and calling it choice. That's what happened to choice and options. It's an option. This is not meant to blow up the sales of PlayStation. It's not. But I do think that Sony needs to show what they're cooking to justify the power of this thing, because what they shown in that Cerny clip was not enough. Tech-wise, he really didn't dive into the tech. and also visually wise in showing older games just scaled up in performance and things like that. It wasn't a good, and doesn't transcend very well on YouTube and videos and screenshots, and it's not enough. You got to do Digital Foundry style. This is the problem. Like, it wasn't enough tech talk to really appreciate the levels of tech they put into this thing. If they did,
#1 customer.
And it wasn't enough visual to strike going, wow, that's a difference. It was very subtle. And then to slap a price on that, that's where I don't think they did a good job with that. But now that I see the price, I see what they did. Stick a shock, and now they got to sell it to us. They got to justify this thing with new games and games that I could do. Because if they're going to go play Spider-Man now with trees in the distance that are sharper, listen, you're going to turn it on. This is exactly the problem I had with the Series X and the One X. Play your old game sharper. Dude, that don't last for a weekend. You're going to boot it up. You're going to go, look. Oh, look, yeah, the trees are better. Oh, it looks nice. All right, turn it off. All right, I'm going to boot. Oh, look at Ratchet. Look, he's running at 60 frames with the ray tracing. This is wonderful. Let me do a level. Nice. Turn it off. That's not going to pull you away from any new games or anything coming out. You're not going to say, oh my God, I got to do this again because the trees in the distance are sharper and there's like, you could see the house structures in the distance. Oh, I got to play this again. No. So old games playing better is a bonus for me. This is how I feel. It's a bonus. But what did he say? He said he talked to devs and they want to push to give the graphics and the fidelity. Okay. The performance and the fidelity. But they've always done this before. They've done this tech thing. I just thought he would maybe do more tech to appreciate kind of like what they did. But really, a custom AI chip that they put in there for the pisser and the that whole AI upscale technology, their type of DLSS. What is that hardware? What is that hardware AI? Did they put something better in there for streaming? Would they put that something better in there? Like they put a Wi-Fi 7 chip in there. He didn't mention that. What did they do? Did they give a better SSD, or it's the same, or is it a Gen 4 SSD? Gen 5 SSD? Like, I thought there should have been a little bit more tech from him. Maybe they took the criticism from the Snorefest that he had with the PS5. But I don't think they did a good job really celebrating the technical thing from Mark Cerny. He really didn't do his thing. He simplified it very basically and then showed some examples of some before and afters. And I don't think they did a great job technically of emphasizing what they've done in that thing. 2 terabyte of storage. Thank you. That was another thing. They put a 2 terabyte of storage on here because now you can compare it to the X that has 2 terabyte but has a disk drive. And that's the other thing. And that was the other shocker for me. So I was shocked that they did the price. I was also shocked that it was all digital. I thought for $700 or something like that, it would be a kit and caboodle with the stand. And, the stand's not a big deal. I don't stand mine up. But like with the stand and kind of like a premium edition with the stand, disk drive, and there you go. I thought that's what they're going to do. And the fact that it's a slimmed down version of the PlayStation, all digital, no stand. They give 2 terabytes. They took out the disk drive and gave you 2 terabytes and then charging $700. I think that was, for me, the kind of like, oh, whoa, okay. Like, it's not the whole like elite PlayStation Pro complete set premium for $700. No, that's the base basically at $700. You could now add the disk drive to it, which I told everybody to buy it, and then and add a $30 stand to it if you want to get that image there. So that's kind of the add-ons in addition. This is kind of the starting price, which I thought this would have been the all-inclusive price. And that's, for me, that's where I was like, whoa, okay, well, that's, okay, I see where it is, because it's going to be about another $100 more if you want to add on those other things. A little over $800, which, yeah, you're getting up there. And also, too, when you're talking these numbers, do you look in the way of a PC? You can. This is no more you know, PC Junior, a PC Mini. This isn't a, you know, baby console. This is big boy. And now you're getting the big boy prices. And when you're getting the big boy prices, yeah, you are looking at, you can. You're not, and the whole thing, well, I'm going to build the PC for this price. Dude, you can. But are you going to be able to turn everything to max? No. Are you going to be playing ray tracing on it? Probably not. So you're not going to get the performance. You could probably play games on something like that. Hell, you could play games on a goddamn phone. Like you could play games on a goddamn you know, a Steam Deck that has a small GPU and an APU, and you basically lower the resolution. You could play anything pretty much. See, Michael Meridian, listen, he's a true grinder. I told you, I got mine from Target. I got mine. I ordered mine, my disk drive. And now you see after the show that a lot of developers are coming out saying we have a pro patch coming out, and it's like, oh, nice. Like Dragon's Dogma came out and said that. They alluded to Final Fantasy coming out and saying that as well. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know. So everybody, those are the games people want to hear about, because those games did not, you know, had a little bit of a, you know, performance stuff with the fidelity modes were nice, but you know, there was slow frame rates. So now that's exactly. So I see the question. Hold on, let me get the chat here. Emmanuel's member of 29 months says PC Master Race and bots can take the big three. Pause. Take our big three, he says. And Godop, he goes, if it's true that nobody wants it, then I better not have a single problem trying to get one when I pre-order. You will. Dude, you will. Because I think, first off, this thing is not going to be like a wall of PS5 Pros. Like, they are going to make it. I will not, your mother. Like, there's going to be a wall. Like, I don't think that Sony's going to overproduce these things. They're going to make them as needed. And I think they will sell out at first, because I don't think they're going to have like overproduction of these. And so I wouldn't take any kind of sellouts as this thing is popular, because I don't think that they're going to make tons and tons of these things. Because again, these are not meant to move the generation. These are meant just to kind of put out there in addition. And actually, being at $700, it makes the $450 PlayStation and the $500 one look like, oh yeah, well maybe I'll stick around there. Like, because now you introduced a higher tier rather than being the only tier. But let me create the poll, obviously, here. But again, it kind of goes against what I was saying. You really, based off of yesterday, you either were getting a pro or not getting a pro, and I don't think yesterday's was meant to make this decision, but I'll put it in there for fun. Put it in there for fun. And again, day one, November 7th. Okay, like, you know. I'll put this one in there. We'll find it. We're going to fish them out. There we go. We're going to put this there. Oh, wait, what happened?
You're my #1 customer.
Why is that? Oh. There we go. Yep, the good op says the disk drives are sold out on Amazon. I said that. I said that last week. I was like, go buy the disk drive and you could possibly return it. So just to have it, just in case they do release an all digital. And, you know, I took my own advice. I pre-ordered one. I ordered one as soon as they announced it. Said, oh, digital, got it. But if I was telling people to do it the week before, I just didn't get around to it. Exactly, Leech. I don't know. People said get an Xbox instead because they thought that this was a W. Brad Sams immediately made the video. The bots came out. So you want to know the clown show? We didn't get to the clowns yet. We didn't get to the clowns. We didn't. The circus is still. They're still coming down the street. The circus. We didn't get to the circus yet. I'm just going over the facts and everything that's been going on. Like that. That's all I'm going over now. But we didn't get to the circus. Get ready. I'm going to the circus. We're going to go to the circus. You better get your cotton candy and your popcorn ready because we're going to the circus soon. So load them up, kids. We're going in. So for me, so then this was the other video that went on. CNET had an exclusive hands-on of the video of the
Exclusive
of the hands-on. They weren't playing with magnets, but some of the things that just came out of here is that you could use the hard drive.
Customer.
Boom, there you go. There's confirmation that you could use the hard drive. And then he actually had, they were comparing 2 screens. It showed that they replaced the back of the PlayStation with a USB-A to a USB-C. And then also showed the ray tracing and then announced 8K mode for GT7. And then that was like stuff that kind of pulled out of here. I did also watch their live question and answer, but my goodness, that's where it started the grinding. That's where my head started hurting. See, they replaced the SSD. See, they put a USB-C in the back. But
whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Thanks for subscribing. Join the Gaming Grindhouse. We're on our way to 3,000. And then you can see here they had they had a couple of setups of double screens here where they actually showed a game running on the PS5 and a PS5 Pro, which is very interesting because if you remember, Microsoft never showed the comparison between an X and an S. If you notice that, like, or even the 1X and the 1, like Microsoft never did a side-by-side. Like people like, why don't they set up kiosk in Best Buy showing a side-by-side? They never did this. They didn't want to make it. They never did this. I never understood why. But Sony had these things set up like this to show the differences. And basically, he's showing frame rate. Like the image looks the same, but one's running at around 60 and one's running at 30. And that's basically what they're trying to show with these dual setup over there. And that's big. So there's the that in the background. This is the guy that's hired with Herman. He's the hardware guy. And he was playing 8K, dude. He was playing 8K Forza there. Not Forza, Jesus. We'll see 8K Forza maybe at Gran Turismo.
For some of these technologies, but also allowing Sony to lead a bit with some things like ray tracing, where they're using an AMD-developed ray tracing technology that isn't even in existing GPUs.
Now, see, why didn't Cerny say that? Why didn't the Cerninator say that? Why do we got the CNET dude saying that? This is where I meant Sony just Cerninator. He needed to talk a little bit more. Like, that's a... Excuse me? Excuse me? What did you just say?
I can go directly to Blacknet?
No, he didn't say that. What did you just say? Because that's the kind of stuff that you need to hear.
Some of that will kind of ride ahead, and other things like tracing, where they're using an AMD-developed ray tracing technology that isn't even in existing GPUs.
Really? So they're using a ray tracing technology that's not even in existing GPUs. So how are people building PCs right now saying for the same price you get this? As I said, the circus must be in town.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The circus must be in town. So they got. So I don't know how people are building PCs. Apparently, this tech is not even in current GPUs. Where was the Cerninator with that one? That's all I got to say.
Some of that will kind of ride ahead, and other things, like maybe more advanced graphics that you might be used to on PCs, will finally have a chance to come over to PlayStation 5 Pro.
And that's the other thing. So the things that they're putting on PCs, they could bring to the Pro, because the console is moving up to where the graphics cards are going to be. So they're kind of sharing things. Yeah, I know, AMD GPUs. I know, Jemiah. But I saw a lot of that. But in order to keep the price down, Jemiah, nobody's putting NVIDIA GPUs in there, right, Jemiah? Hey, we know. I got NVIDIA GPUs. I got AMD as well. But we know if you want cost efficiency, you're going AMD. You're not going NVIDIA. You're not putting 3070s in there and 4080s. You want to keep, if people are like, oh, I'm building a $699. Yeah, they're grabbing AMDs. AMD AP. Yeah, that's what the AMD is trash. See, Jeremiah knows. But that's what they're doing. Nobody's throwing NVIDIA chips in there. No, NVIDIA's way ahead in the graphics cards. I'll tell you that. AMD is good for like mobile and laptop like shit because they're good at batteries. But NVIDIA, if you want power, you want performance, you go NVIDIA's. That's how I found. I go with the NVIDIA's. And the NVIDIA's destroy any kind of laptops they put them in. They destroy the battery. Also Intel chips. AMD chips I thought are really good for those things. But this is what he said. Now, it sounds like they want to share this technology. That's what this guy's saying. Cerny could have clarified it. Thank you for subscribing, Dragon Sword.
And as a lot of games now are increasingly cross-platform and Sony's games live on PCs, you'll probably see much more of that cross-pollination. Clearly.
And that's another thing that I wanted to bring up here, because this is a difference now than the PS4 Pro. The problem is that Sony has their games also going to PC. So a lot of those games like this one, Last of Us, the things that they're showing, Ghost of Tsushima, they're already on PC and being experienced in that higher fidelity if you have a rig for that. So the novelty of like the only place I could play Ratchet and Clank with that fidelity is on the PS5 Pro. The thing that leveraged some of the PS4 Pro stuff, that is gone because they're games on PC and you're able to experience those. So that whole urgency and like the only place to experience the game in the highest fidelity is on the PS5 Pro, with majority of games from their first party is null and void because those games can be experienced for higher and maybe even much higher because they're on PC. That's a game that Sony's willing to play. And we're going to see. We're going to see what it does. You know, they put their games on PC and it was wonderful. But guess what? Now when you're trying to sell another console and talking about more power, dude, you already exposed your games to more power, unlimited power by putting them on PC. So the need and urgency and the need to upgrade may not be there. And exactly what Mr. B, VIP Grinder, of course, says, that's why new games matter. They need to show the GTAs, Bakalaka. They got to show the GTAs. They got to show that Ghost of Tsushima's only PlayStation exclusives matter again. They got to bring that back and say this is the best place to play these games when they come out now. And that's why that show they need to do. That's the problem. And that's the thing. Like you showed us Ratchet. You showed us a lot of games that are already old games that are already playable elsewhere. That's why they need to show new stuff that could be played there. Bakalaka. It was Bokalaka. Bokalaka. I called him Bakalaka. Sorry, man. I'm looking at it fast. I think his name is Bakalaka. It's Bokalaka. But that's the thing. New games. And that's where a lot of frustration is. It's like new games. Oh, yeah. He confirmed that the slim disc and stand will work on the PS5 Pro. Sorry, Bokalaka.
Really a fidelity push for people who may have really big TVs or really big.
I got the Grindhouse Theater. So the question is, am I gonna? I play on a friggin' wall, 4K wall. All right, I play on a wall on a projector. I need this. I don't need to zoom in at 400% because the town in the background looks like a town in real life. I play it on a wall, so yeah, I will see that extra fidelity and stuff like that because I'm playing it on a projector, a 4K gaming projector. And that's what it is. Fidelity. And that was the message, Corey, yesterday. Besides the price, was fidelity mode with performance combined. That's what it was. That's the vision of this thing. That's the purpose. Then they slapped the price on there and that became the conversation. The Blade, there we go. There we go. I got caught up. Siru221, he goes, day one, I'm there. Just ordered my disk drive. There you go, baby. Get that grinder in the house. The Blaze, he goes, hope Final Fantasy 16 gets that pro boost at some point in its open world parts. Yes, I agree, because that one did suffer from performance issues. There. Easy Tone to 5, he goes, I'm a fool who bought the Xbox Series X along with a PS5. GameStop listed a $350 trade-in for the Series X. My Pro just got very affordable. There you go. And that's the other method of how to trade in. You know, I just saw like the PS5 original with the disc drive is $385. right now. That probably maybe they even do some promotions next month. We got we got all this stuff going on, ways to kind of trade in that stuff. The Slim is worth not as much. Go trade in your Xbox unless you want to play Janky Jones on that thing or get a glitter one. But that's kind of what you can do right there. So there's ways to kind of trade in and get this thing to make it more affordable, just like Easy Tone said. Veg, remember for 9 months, he goes, now when we know this, the people who complain just might wait on the PS6 Pro rather than straight jump to the PS6 at launch. And yeah, Veg, they may wait to a PS6 Pro, like, you know what I mean? But, and you think about this one, we had a lot of cross-gen games. Like you would have missed out on Spider-Man 2 and some other games if you just kept your PS4 and now say, I'm going to go buy a PS5 Pro, because a lot of those early games were cross-gen. So you were going to miss out on too much. God of War. And I think that changed because of the whole chip issues and them not able to sell a lot of these things. But yeah, you can wait. Like I don't. And then again, what they can do is listen, and I always said this, if you want to make the most impact and make some money back or whatever, like, you're going to start with the highest price. You can't start at $400 and go, well, you know what? We're losing money. Let's increase the price without offering. Like, you can't really go up. You can, but it's going to be anti-consumer. You can. But if you don't want to go up, like you start at $700 now, you get the people that were going to buy it regardless, like the people that are just going to get it. And then when you want more adoption, you lower the price. They did it with the PSVR too. Everybody hated it until they said it's coming to PC with a thing, and then they dropped the price, $350. Everybody bought it again. You could always go down in price, put the thing on sale to move it. You can always do that, but you can't go up. Like, oh shit, let's sell this thing for dirt cheap at $450 and lose money, and now say, oops, we need to do more. You can't go up. And if you look, and this is the other thing, you're looking at $700 in isolation. If you look at what the price is, the price of these consoles, both the Xbox and the PlayStation consoles, are going up. This generation, the consoles are going up. Even the base consoles are now more money. Like, Grinders, do you see like what's on store shelves in the console space? I know we don't go shopping every day for consoles, but do you see what's on store shelves? Like, do you see the prices of these consoles? Xbox has a booster at 1 terabyte for like $350, $400. They got an X out there with a disc for $500. They got a discless one for $500, and then they got a 2 terabyte one for $600. You're looking at a range of $350 to $600 for Xbox on shelves. We started at $300 and $500. We moved up. What they used to do was give us more memory and keep the price the same. Now they're giving us more memory and charging us almost $60, $70 more for it. Look at the range. We went from 300 to 500 launch games to $350, $400, $500, and $600 of Xbox, and that's the same tech. PlayStation started at $400 and $500, and now their Slim is $450. Their regular PlayStation Slim is $5, and now they got the Pro for $7. We are going up. So when you look at that, you got this thing on store shelves, 2 terabyte disk drive one for $600. Sony got one that's almost double the power for $700 with 2 terabytes and without ever a disc, which a disc is $70 extra if you want to add it. So you're looking at what? $100 more to get double the power, all extra modes in your games. Games that you want to play, obviously, games drive this stuff. It's not just price, it's games. But your 2 terabyte PlayStation and your 2 terabyte Xbox are sitting there $600 and $700. One with a disc and one without a disc. So if you're looking at this next to it, like, Look at it in the realm of our consoles. And then the Switch never dropped in price. That's right, Ryan. The Switch is still $300, like 12 years later. They gave you a nuded one for $300, or $250 or whatever, $200 for the nuded one that doesn't dock. It's not even a Switch, it's a portable. And then you got the OLED one at higher than that. And get ready for the Switch 2. You think that's coming in at $250? I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo puts that at $400 and keeps the Switch 1 sitting at $300. I wouldn't be surprised that Nintendo doesn't keeps that Switch 1 out there as a one, because they're going to play the same games, and then your Switch 2 sitting there at $400. The Lite's $200. There you go, Dino. Thank you. So you got $200, $300, and how much is the OLED? The nuded one. See, Mario Heat knows about the nuded. It's a Switch that don't switch. That don't dock. The new one's $500, Ryan. Oh, shit. But, like, in the realm of console worlds, not PC worlds, that's a different world. But in the realm of consoles, look at the price ranges. We're going up in price. So $700 for the power and the tech that they're saying is in here, it's within the realm. It's $100 more than the 2 terabyte one, and it has a 2 terabyte hard drive in there. It's $100 more than this one. And everybody's like, this is a win for Xbox. A win? No, a win would be taking this 2 terabyte and giving it to you for $500 or $400. That's what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is increasing the price along with Sony. I think Nintendo's going to do $400 for their Switch 2 and keep, because what are they going to do? Or they drop the Switch 1 to $300? Nah, I don't think Nintendo does that. I think Nintendo does Switch 2 at $400. But we'll see. Maybe they keep it at $350. Who knows? They dominate, dude. And this is the thing. This is what happens. But the price, and if you look at $700 in the realm of consoles, and I'm not talking about inflation and all this other bullshit. I'm just talking about in the realm of what's available at consoles. We're not in the range now of dropping prices. Like, they would come out with this, and then all of a sudden your middle consoles would be drop $100. Now everything will be $300 and drop. We're not at that. Everything's going up. They're pouring more memory in these consoles because they're going digital. They're throwing memory in here, and they're charging more money for the memory. Now, Xbox is in a unique situation because they have a memory card that you got to use, which is overpriced. Sony, you could offset that cost with using the M.2s that you get right off of store shelves for cheaper prices. But in the realm of things, now $700 is like, oh, it's $100 more than this one, and it's offering you more power. Now, we need to see more of that. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't think that show yesterday really did show the 50 graphical boost and all that other stuff. And then on the blog, they came around here and they basically said, here's your big three: upgraded GPU, advanced ray tracing, AI-driven upscaling. Which I think is interesting to see what they're going to do. And here's Mark Cerny's little video. And other enhancements is the PS5 Pro Boost. Boost! Again, this is all bonuses. This is all like side dishes. A boost. Like, I'm not buying console based on boost. I want to see the new stuff. This is the same problem I had because Microsoft was trying to sell their next-gen console based on boost. We boost. No, we don't boost. We're next gen, new gen. Where's the games? Oh, they're delayed. But anyway, apply to 8,500 backward-compatible PS4 games playable on the PS5 Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for the PS4 games is also available to improve with resolution on select PS4 games. PS5 Pro will also launch with the latest wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7, in territories supporting this standard. VR and 8K gaming are also supported. So, but what's interesting is that the compatible PS4 games, it seems like they're marketing this to those. Remember they did that little email, that thing saying a lot of their PSN members or whatever still on the PS4? it does seem like now they're kind of dangling the carrot in front of them, going, hey, you guys that waited on the PS5 and, didn't want to do the Slim and were waiting for this. Now you could, trade in that PS4, probably get not a lot for it, maybe at $200, but now you get like $150 or some $200, and now this console's the same price as our launch PS5. Think about it. If you stayed on the PS4, because again, their strategy changed a lot in the sense where they put a lot of games that probably were going to be PS5 only games, they put them on the PS4 for that install base because they couldn't move those chips and get that huge growth of PS5. So it seems like, this PS5 Pro is not just for PS5 people to upgrade to. That's why a lot of people are like, I don't know, that doesn't seem a lot. It seems that, hey, you've been playing gaming on the PS4? Well, your games are going to all be, a lot of them are going to get boosted on the PS5 Pro. So that statement there sounds a little bit like they're farming for the PS4 people to upgrade to this. And see, Mad Joe says the Pro makes sense if you don't have a PS5. Yeah. Nah, they're not disappearing. Don John, no. The PS5 ain't disappearing, November said. No, they're going to keep them there. He says part of the family. They're not replacing them with this. They're not. This actually, would I be surprised? Here's another Grindadamus. So those of you that bought the disc drives and listen to me, I'm going to tell you again. Those PS5 Slims are going to be on sale this holiday. I'm telling you. That PS5 Slims are going to be on sale. They will be. They're going to probably have much more aggressive sales with the PS5 during the holidays because they got this thing on store shelves, the PS5 Pro. And because they could sell that, probably the money to make, they could probably cut some prices, not official prices, but I think there's going to be some really big sales on the PS5
You're
Slim.
my number one customer.
To either get PS4 players to upgrade to that or to get PS4 players to upgrade to the Pro. But I think they probably take it $100 off on both of them. To say, I think they do aggressive price sales on the PlayStation 5. Now they got this other one out there, this Pro. So no permanent price drops, but I think now we're going to start seeing those prices come down. Not no $50 off. I think they're going to be, not the Pro. The Pro's not going to go on sale. So that I'm not saying. But the Slims, I think the Slims will go on sale pretty aggressively during the holiday. That's all I'm saying. And maybe official price drop. I don't think so, because then now make that $700 stand out like a sore thumb. You don't want to have things sitting at $300 and $400 and you got $700 out there. You got to kind of keep it within the realm of the family, like $400, $500, $700. So I do think holiday wise, their entryway, who's this for? The entryway is going to be that. Hit that like button. That's right, Lucci. That's right. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here, because we're rolling. And then here's some of the games. Rebirth, Demon's Souls, Assassin's Creed, First Descendant, The Crew, Last of Us Part 2, Remastered, Ultimate Sons, Cousin Former Roommate Edition. Remastered. Alan Wake 2. PS5 overall family. Yeah, you go. We kept the look of the PS5 Pro consistent with the PS5 family of product. You'll notice the height's the same. The width. Players can also add the Ultra Blu-ray disc drive or swap out console covers when they become available. And there you go. It fits perfectly, and it's compatible with all the accessories, including the VR2, the Portal, the DualSense, the Access Controller, the Pulse Elites. Another thing, they didn't put the, I don't know if they didn't even mention if they put the Pulse, their tech inside this thing, so you don't need the dongle for this. So I don't know. They didn't mention that either. The Pulse Elites and the Pulse Explorers, they have that special PlayStation Link, that PS Link that the Portal has. They didn't mention if it's built into this thing. I thought it would be, so you don't need to use the dongle for that. But again, like I said, the technical aspect of it, I thought was glossed over very quickly and very high level. So that was my criticism with that. I don't think they did a very good technical breakdown of this thing at all. And maybe they got time to do that. Maybe they'll do the teardown. Remember they got the teardown guy? Maybe they'll do that. They'll probably do that. That's probably what they'll do, the teardown. Who the hell knows? JP Loco 2 says the disc drive's outselling Xbox consoles. Yep, there you go. We got a lot of Grindhouse listeners. That's why. And then JP Loco 2 again. He goes, SpongeBob X. Yeah, the Xbox X was 700. Where was the outrage? Dude, nobody even brought it up. Dude, nobody brought it up. And that reminds me, we'll get ready to go to Clown Town.
You're my #1 customer.
We're gonna go to Clown Town now. Because this is where I gotta grind. Let me get a drink. I need a drink. Some water here. I gotta grind here. Gotta turn on. Oh man, I think I hit the wrong button there. Now I get the better sound. I don't know what's going on. The 48 volt sound coming your way. But the thing that grinds me up, and it will probably have a part 2 to this, because I'm sure more will continue. But yeah, it is. Just to go with JP Loco is saying, yeah, the Portal selling out there. Yeah, here it is right here. Look. See? The disk drive. See, grind as you listen. Selling out. Because people want to lock that down. Told you. I said this was going to happen. But this is the thing. What I don't understand. Now, let's see if I can find them now. There's so many articles. There's so many things here. But, yeah, and people are like, oh, maybe Bloodborne at 60 frames, if that's one of the backwards compatible things. It's just nice. But it begins. And it starts with one of their, we're going to Clown Town. And why not we start with the source of it all, Xbox community managers. You know them. Does this even make sense? Clown Town Pounds. Here we go. 3-ring circus. Bearded lady in hand. There's the bearded lady right here. Bearded ladies. Why not? Sony announces a very advanced console pushing gaming forward. And our good friend, Xbox community manager, talking about fucking Fire Sticks. Xbox controller, a Fire Stick, and 1 month of Game Pass. Well, what happens after 1 month? You giving me 1 month of gaming? 1 month of gaming. $89 with Prime. So for $89, you give me 1 month of gaming and then you want me to buy a statue of Spider-Man? A game that can't be played on your stick. Did you really think this was effective? This was going to get people excited? You didn't even promote your console. Clown Town, you didn't even promote your console. You promoted the Fire Stick. No console required.
Gaming.
And you promised me 1 month of gaming. What happens with, so then what do I do my Fire Stick? I watch TV with the rest of the months? You give me 1 month of gaming. That's and buy a statue. What? A statue for who? So obviously you're not a gamer. You like to collect little man dolls. That's what we're collecting now. We collect little statues. So save your money, buy a cheap-ass Fire Stick and a goddamn 1 month of Game Pass. Play all the bullshit that's on there. Probably nothing. That's why you only need a month. And buy a statue. A statue.
Gaming.
The Xbox community manager told you to spend your money $600 to buy a 24-inch doll. You know what you can do with those 24 inches?
I can go directly to Blacknuts.
You know what you can do with those? What kind of gamer is this? This is your gaming community manager. Head of Clown Town. Tells you to play our games for 1 month and buy a $600 statue. But don't buy a $700 PlayStation. But play 1 month of our bullshit in Game Pass on a Fire Stick. Stream that shit over the internet for 1 month, the worst way to play the games, and buy a statue. Great advice. That's why you last.
Oh no!
And still will be
We
last.
suck again.
Clown Town. Good job. Oh, and yeah. And exactly. No console required. There you go. Good messaging. Good job. Right on the eve of sending out a $600 console. Yeah, and he got roasted in the chat because that is the clownery of clownery. That's Xbox. It's a good opportunity for Xbox to capitalize on this. That's their capitalization. Yeah, we're going to respond to this. Send out a good little tweet that gets people riled up and excited. All right, I'll tell them to buy a Fire Stick and 1 month of Game Pass and buy a $600 Spider-Man statue. Excellent. Good job, Stein. That sounds wonderful. That's a good response to the PlayStation. What?
Oh no! We suck again.
Good job. Good job, clown. Yeah, that's gaming for you. Community manager. There wasn't no fanboy. Goddamn employee of that bitch-ass Microsoft. An employee. There you go. Here's another clown. There is. More clown towns. Good old friend Bonzo himself, Thomas Warren. Talking about 30 frames. You're going to get 30 frames. Read my article. Click on my link. Pay my subscription. Pay my subscription. Don't give your money to Sony. Give me your money to read my hot headlines. If you want people to buy a $700 console, you got to show more. I agree, Tom Warren. I agree with this statement. But goddamn, Tom Warren, you went off the deep end. Trying to hype up 30 frame. Where's the 30 frame one? Wait, he's not done yet. That was the warm up. That was like legit criticism. I can say that's not bad. Not bad. But then he follows up with this. There it is. He goes, guys, you know what? I'll put the nose back on. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. Now I'll show my true colors. I really am the Bonzo. I really am Bonzo. There he goes. Read my article. I reported earlier that the PS5 Pro games doesn't guarantee 60 frames. Sony wasn't super clear on this yesterday, but there will still be 30 frames PS5 Pro enhanced games. Listen, we got to call on. Where's my sirens? Where's my sirens? Where is it? Get him in. Where is it? Where is he? We got to get him. Where? Oh, man. Where is he? We got to call the bullshit police. Where's our bullshit police? Where is it? Do I have him? Hold on. I got to find him. I know I liked it. I had it up there. Where's my legs? Over here. Where was it? We're calling him in. Take his advice because, you know, he gave some wonderful advice. Hold on. He gave some wonderful advice.
You're my #1 customer.
When he's talking about the glorious, where is it? Oh, man. He probably been tweeting like crazy. I had it. Oh, no. I think I lost it. Well, oh, no. Here it is. We got him. Get him, J-Dub. J-Dub, the bullshit police. He got on there. He goes, we're still believing this Tom Warren. The Lockhart will hold back the next-gen crowd. Ha, ha, ha. Lockhart's CPU is faster than the PS5. Lockhart supports ray tracing. Game developers have been building PC titles for multiple GPUs for decades. Oh, capping for the Series S booster. And now we believe him about taking advice from him about what can do what. Please, go back to the circus. The lion tamers are waiting for you. There you go. Get him. The bullshit, please. Get him, J-Dub. He told us how the Lockhart, the Series S, was going to beat the PS5. Dude, the Series X, please. That's why, guys, don't fall into this whole, like, power narrative. Don't get crazy like that. We got to see the games, and we know that Sony works on these games, all right? We know it. Let's just wait to see it, and then wait for your time. Like, everybody's all back, like, oh, let them have the laughs of the $700. It's a lot. I'm not saying it's a little money. It's a lot. Let everybody joke. Arizona Ice Tea. Let them all joke. But when the games get shown, Wolverine, when they show these games, that's when you strike. Just chill. I know we're anxious. I want to see what the hell they're working on, but you know they're going to have that show. They're going to show the cooking, and there it is. You know it. And then you can bounce back, and they all go put their head in their ass. Just wait. Let them have their chuckles. Because what they're trying to create is this whole like price war thing that they think Xbox is going to come back and then, you know, these Xbox guys think, hey, if I get somebody on PC, I did my job, Phil. Phil, did I do my job? I did my job, Phil. I got him on PC. Like these refugees because they got nowhere else to go. Let them get ahead because shit, you just bought a $500 Xbox with Master Chief on the cover, and he wasn't coming for another year and a half to play medium at 30 frames. All right? The most powerful console in the world. You spent $500 lined up around the door and hyped up how it was packaged. The cardboard that was used to ship that Series X. Because there was no games. So you're like, wow, the packaging is wonderful on here. Sony has a cheap-ass box. We have premium cardboard with our Series X. A $500 masterpiece with Master Chief on there that I can't even play. You celebrated everything about that box down to the friggin' packaging. Spent $500, no questions asked. Phil, where are the games? No questions asked. Oh, Halo coming sometime next year, bitch. Play the Falconeer and play your old games better. Look. But the packaging, oh, look at the presentation. You open it up and it's bullshit in a package. They celebrated the cardboard. Are you living in that now? Is that your home? Like what the fuck? Like, Sony uses cheap. Look at these Sony package at PS5 like so cheaply. Xbox, you open it up, it opens up in half, and the thing is sitting there. No fucking games to play on it. It's cheaper on the box. It's like power your dreams. He's like, bitch, I'm not here. Like that's what he said. Power your dreams. It ain't here. All you guys are giving advice on what to buy. You're still sitting there looking at that box, going, where are the games, Phil? Where are the games? See? You grinders, you don't. The Grindhouse never forgets. Yeah, see? The premium packaging. Dude, they were celebrating the freaking cardboard. The Series X is in a premium packaging. A premium product. Come on. The clown show. Please. Hell yeah. Shit. Listen. Oh my goodness. Listen. We got to talk about this one. I really think he has to be the guy. This is the head, the ringleader of the circus. The hat, the red coat. Oh, it's got to be Dusty Bin. Dusty Bin. Dusty Bin's he's the goddamn greatest showman. This is the greatest show. Dude, it brings me to song. Dusty Bin. Yes, remember, Leech? Nobody's going to use the DualSense. Just like, oh, nobody's going to use the... Dusty Bin. Listen, I listened to the IGN space. And Dusty Bin was on there. Dusty Bin. Oh, goodness. He sounded so bitter. He couldn't get over himself. It's like,
You're
what
my
are
number
you?
one customer.
Do you like Xbox? Are you PC only? What the hell, Dusty Bin? Pick a road. You're all over the place. You're depressed. And what's crazy, this is what drives me crazy, Grinders. Listening to that show, Dusty Bin was like, he don't trust Sony with his saves. He's like, I don't know how they're going to do their save states. I wish I could hit friggin' record. He's like, I don't know. They made you have to, you had to upgrade to the PS5 version in the saves. They're probably going to do that again. I don't trust them. Xbox, it just worked. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, they sound so ignorant. It's like, you realize this is a mid-gen refresh, clown. This is not a PS4 to PS5 different, like a different version of the game. This is a game with graphical enhancements. Hell, you just went through 2 of those things. Remember, the Xbox Series consoles were basically not a generational leap. They were just velocity architecture, all scaling and all this other shit. You went through this with the One X. Why are you acting dumb? Why? The Xbox One, goddamn Series consoles had the same dashboard. They still do. It wasn't a generation. Remember the jokes? Next generation, generational leaps. The Xbox Series consoles was an evolution. It was the same bullshit, which is hilarious. Is that how MT Framework and games skip the Xbox One, they skip it when all it was a transitional upgrade. He was like, oh, they're not going to, maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll make the save state. Dude, it's the same game. It's just going to be updated to have, like, we've been through this mid-gen refresh. Like, you are IGN. You're sitting there, like, clowns upon clowns. It was like an after circus show. And this is the thing that grinds my gears. The industry, and I'm not talking about the fans. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the Xbox podcasters. I'm not talking about PlayStation podcasters. I'm not talking about us, YouTube tweets. And I'm not talking about anybody here. I'm talking about the people that have careers and are getting paid for gaming. The influencers, the IGNs, all these industries, the VGC, all this bullshit, all these people, this quote unquote media, journalists in gaming. You're not writing no goddamn article on the debates. You're not writing goddamn articles about the trees and plants and the local news. You are writing about gaming. Your job is the gaming industry. Your job. These people go, who's this for? $700 is too much. Why are they doing this? This is not right. Is this going to do anything? What are we doing here? Who is going to buy this? It's a lot of whining. Whining. Gaming is your job, and new hardware is coming out to propel gaming further. And you are going whining, oh, what are we going? Why does this exist? I don't care if you're going to buy this thing or not. I don't give a shit. But what I can't stand are people dismissing the existence of new tech or new hardware, saying it doesn't need to be here. Steve Jobs said the consumer won't know better until they see better. And it's our job to deliver better when he was saying Microsoft is McDonald's. I can't your career is goddamn gaming bullshit. That's your job. And when there's new things coming to gaming, you should be on the forefront of excitement and interest and knowledge. Not a whining little bitch going, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" Like, it's your job, you clown son of a bitch. It's your job. Imagine if you think about this. Imagine if you were a car aficionado and you had a channel and you're going with a car. I love cars. Follow me. Come to my channel. Watch all these cars. Do all this stuff. I love cars. Cars are my life. Cars are everything. I love cars. And follow me on my channel. Come on, I'm live streaming. I'm going to the car show. And you imagine this dude goes to the car show live streaming with millions of followers because he's a car aficionado, goes to a car show, and here comes the brand new Lamborghinis, all these cars, and he's going, "Why is this here? Well, this shouldn't be here. This doesn't exist. $1 million for a car. This is ridiculous. What are we doing here? Why? What? A car with all this future tech? Why is this here?" Who would follow that clown? Who would go on that guy's channel and go, "Oh my God, this guy's a car aficionado," but he goes to the car show where they show all the new cars and he complains they shouldn't exist. They don't need to be here. What? Who would follow that guy? This is what the gaming journalists turned into. They should be leading us with knowledge. Are they upset that CNET grabbed ass with Cerny? But imagine, oh, here are new cars, and he's like on the YouTube channel going, "You don't need these new cars, everybody. No, they shouldn't exist. Stick with your Hyundais. Don't worry, you're okay. Your Hyundai is fine. Like, don't get this new Lamborghini. It's too much money. Nobody's going to want it. Who's this for?" What? They don't need these cars. A new engine? Why do we need engine? Well, the miles per hour is 65. Why do I need a car that does 300? Who needs this? Why are we here? What are they doing? Would you follow that car aficionado if that's what they went at the car show and complain? Too fast. What? 500 miles an hour? V8. Why do we need that? It's 25 miles an hour in my neighborhood. I don't need 500 miles. What? Who needs this? Who's this for? Really? That's the goddamn gaming media. That's what they sounded like yesterday. A bunch of bitch asses. Instead of giving us details so we can make decisions as consumers, whining and complaining. And I would have bet half of those sons of bitches will, "Thanks, PlayStation, for sending us the Pro in our office." So shut up. You're a bunch of goddamn wastes. Get a new job. Do something with yourself. Because you are pathetic. And that's where it grinds me up so much about this stuff, because that's the fucking media journalist. Journalists my ass. My kids write their name on a piece of paper. They're better journalists than you. Complaining about new gaming tech. And I want to see where is it? Where is it? I'll get to these super chats. Where is it? Where's my thing? I want to see. Where is it? Where is he? There he is. There he is. I want to see when this dude, I want to see when this guy comes out and holds up the 5000 series cards. I want to see boo, boo, throw tomatoes at him. Who needs the 5000 GPU? Get this man off the stage. Who needs this? Boo. I want to see all the boos when this dude goes on stage. He cooked last year, 4090, pulled it out of the oven. Get ready, the 5000 series cards. I want to see this guy hold it up and people boo and throw tomatoes at his ass. We don't need, what? Super Max, we don't need it. Go home, we don't want your shit. Who wants a 5000? For 5090, who's that for? I don't want it. Who Who are you? We're fine. We don't need these new cards. Go home. Boo. I want to see people. And this guy makes a friggin' living of telling you, hyping up the 4000 series that this is the best card, and then the following year doing the 5000 series and telling you what a piece of shit the 4000 series was. That's what he does. That's what he does. Oh, the 3000, the 3080 is the 3090 Ti Max Ultimate is the best card we've ever made. This thing does light you. Here's my chart. 5% better than this. 20% more rendering times. This thing. Everybody runs out and go gets a 3090. The next time he comes out, we are proud to show the 40 the series. The 4090. Yes, that card that we released last year, it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. That 3090 was ass. Now the 4090, this is the better one. This is what he does every year, every time. We're NVIDIA, bitches.
Great circle is
I don't see one person boo this man. Nobody boos him. They go, holy shit, the 5090, my 4090's trash. I gotta sell it. I see whenever a new graphics card's announced, I see people going, I gotta sell my trash. I gotta sell my 4090. That's what they say. Nobody boos it. What? We don't want more tech. We don't need better rendering. Nobody wants it. Who's this for? Who's this for? No. They go, oh, damn, he told me my shit's trash. I gotta go get a new one. I gotta sell this. I see, sold my 4090. My 4080's on eBay right now. Mr. NVIDIA in his leather jacket told me that the card that I've been hyping for 2 years is a piece of shit. He makes a living off of that. They hype up the latest one. Well, you thought the 4090, but wait a second. That's trash. The TI, he doesn't even go to the next generation. He goes, the 4090 Super, trash is 15% more enhancements. 15% more balls. Ball hair, you couldn't even see with a naked eye. Now you can see the testicle hair right here with the 5090s. Trash. It's a blurry. You look at that guy's balls, they're friggin' blurry textures. And this one, you can see every hair strand.
I can go directly to Blacknuts.
But nobody boos him. I gotta sell my shit. There's something better. Who needs this? Who wants this? You don't see that. But that's all I saw yesterday. Who's this for? It's not for you. Get the fuck out of here. There you go. I answered your question. Who's this for? Not for you. Take a fucking walk. That's what the answer is. But what's crazy is it's the journalists that do gaming for a living that are asking these questions like clowns. New shit is coming to your genre, and all you could do is like, no, I don't know, man. Who's this for? We don't need it. It's really very marginal. Like what? It's your job. That's the thing I don't understand. And like I said, it's not us. It's not the influence. It's not Twitter. It's the friggin' media or these quote unquote journalists that are the biggest culprits of this stuff. It's like a sports aficionado that says, who needs a new season? We don't, another season. We don't need another sports season. What? I'm done. But you love football. Oh, no, we're done. We don't need anything new. No, it's over. I love cars. Here's the car show. All the new, screaming at the people at the car show. We don't need, who's this for? Too much money. What are you doing? You greedy bastards. Like, you money hungry bastards. Like, really? Dude. And when NVIDIA comes out there, no, they don't throw tomatoes at them. They go, holy shit, here he comes. Yes, that's right. The 59, my 4090 is trash. Who wants to buy my 4090? That's what you do. And as a tech person who loves tech, I love new shit. I love new shit. I love new shit that makes my stuff better. I want the best, and people won't know the best if nobody's going to show the best. So if this is going to make things better, show it to me. And that's where Sony needs to do their job too. Sony needs to do their job. Show it to me. You got the price out of the way. Cerninator did what he had to do. Now show me the money. Show me, they already showed us the money. Holy shit, pause. They already showed us the money. Show me the games. That's what they need to do. Now, Sony got to do their part. That's the problem. They got to do their part. And now it'll be there. And you see it with the disc drives and stuff. People are going to move. Buy that disc drive. That's right, Robert Evans. Let me get to these chats here. Whew, I grind those gears, man. That drove me crazy. And again, it's not the jabs of the price. And, I see even Clown, a good resident Goo Goo Gaga himself.
On their little Goo Goo Gaga, my little baby little Fisher Price plastic toy.
Talking about too much money. We you know what? The head clowns. They do their thing. Let them do their thing. This is not. It's the friggin' me. Like that IGN thing. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't just Dusty Bin. It was the rest of them. They were all just like, well, what game you looking forward to? Like, it was so uneventful when something new in tech and gaming was coming out. That's what just shocked me. I'm like, these guys sound like they're in an old age home depressed. I'm like, is your salary that goddamn bad? Then get a new job. But if you're passionate about gaming and something new is coming to gaming, something that make games better and move us forward in gaming, whether it's graphics cards, PCs, consoles, or experiences like VR, the same thing happened with VR, Grinders. The same thing. Who wants this? Who's this for? Nobody wants. Dude, shut up. Why? If you don't want it, sit down and shut up. Stop. But you would expect, okay, fine, fans or, they complain about, fine. But when you are the media journalist that write about gaming and that's your job, the last thing you should do is be like, what is this? Well, who wants this? What is this about? It's probably going to have issues. Who's going to support this? What? Excuse me? That's going to get you clout? That's going to get you clicks? What the hell is that? They are a clown show. IGN's a piece of garbage. They are garbage. And they own now all of media too, which is ridiculous. But it just was like, what? And they got this space with all these people in there. And I'm like, you're not offering any value. And they sound so ignorant. They're like, well, I go play my games and maybe this game will work. Oh, I don't know. Did you play that? What game was that? I forgot. Like, they have no knowledge. It's like, dude, like, do you even play games? Like, what do? We hang out at the bars all day and gaming is your, like, what do you do? Like, it's not even my job and I know this shit more than you. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I heard, I'm listening to them. I felt like I was getting dumber. Listen, I'm like, these guys really don't know. Like, I wish I could have recorded that freaking thing. I got to find out where it is. And Dusty was like, Dusty Bin was so bitter. Oh, don't trust Sony with this. Microsoft just had it just work. And he wasn't even answering the question. Like, Dusty Bin, what game you're excited to play on the Pro? Well, GTA 6, but who knows? I don't know if trust them with their saves. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? They just asked you what game you wanted to play. Like, nobody cares. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was wild, dude. Friggin' wild. Friggin' wild. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Gaming Grindhouse. Again, you don't have to agree with me. You know, just subscribe because it's fun. And let's get to 3,000. Let me get these chats here. Who we got here? Let's see. We got the Sponge. Yeah, we got the SpongeBob one. Donnell Brown, what's up, buddy? With the 5, he goes, I was told by a PC dude they would rather buy a Steam Deck than buy the PS Pro. This is the type of crap PC and Xbox dude is saying. Yeah, and Donnell, I saw people taking pictures of the Asus ROG Ally, the black one, the new one. You know, that was $800, $799. And what's crazy is you're spending $700 I bought 700 for my Legion Go, and guess what? It's not giving me ray tracing. I'm able to try to play the game at 900p. Like, you're racing to the bottom. Like, you're like, hey, does it work on a Steam Deck? Does it work on... And a Steam is much better optimizing, though, than these PCs ones. But you're right. You're spending $500 to $700, $800 on portable PCs that have minuscule battery life, and to get a game to run at 580p, 900p, medium to low settings, probably low settings. You're not getting a powerful machine. That's not an equivalent. That's a caveat. Hey, you want to play on the go? Then yeah, Steam Deck will fit. But you can't compare a Steam Deck to a console, a PlayStation. Like, you can't. They're different devices for different needs. It's not a thing. That's why I said all they looked at was the price. Like, what can I buy for $700? Look at this. Instead of going, like, you saw what's his name? Jason Stein. You saw him. He just took $700 and said, look, get 1 month of Game Pass, an Amazon Fire Stick, and with the rest of it, buy a Spider-Man statue. People were wilding yesterday. They were just talking about whatever they could spend $700 on. Like, Arizona was like 700 Arizona iced teas or a PlayStation. It's like, everybody just saw $700 and was just like, everything. It was ridiculous. But, hey, Sony did that sticker shock. They knew it was coming. And imagine if they did that with Concord out there. Oh, damn, pause. Pause on that one. If GTA 6 is 60 frames per second on the Pro, that thing's going to sell like hotcakes. And that's the thing. Twisted Sing, thank you again for that. Listen, that's the problem that they fear, especially in the Xbox camp. The fact that Phil Spencer has already, he came out and was basically saying that, listen, he basically was saying, he came out here and already dismissed this thing. See? He already shit in their cereal. They know that these games, just like the DualSense wasn't going to be supported by anybody and is a game changer with a lot of things. They know that now every game is going to have a PS5 mode, which has been beating the Xbox majority of the time. And then there's going to PS5 Pro mode, which is going to be light years, or maybe, who knows, but another mode that's even better than something that's already beating them in the power narrative, which is something that they clambered onto so valuably since 2017. They believed that power narrative was going to stay. Phil said it was going to happen. And now Sony got the power. Not only do they have the lead, not only do they have the games, but now they got the power narrative from Xbox. It's not the most powerful console anymore. And they don't know what to do with themselves because they know, hey, the most powerful console was getting outshined by the PS5. Now they got a better PS5 that's almost double, whatever, more, that's going to have a whole new set of modes that probably going to be more comparable to what's available on PC games. Now we're doing that. So, hey, what's up? So, Logog with the 15, he goes, 15 months. Thank you so much, man. He goes, Jez, thanks to you, I was able to secure my disk drive before they sold out. You called it. Hey, thank you. I said that it was going to be that. I said, I knew that if they did an all digital or staggered launch, like, just lock it down. You go return it. Or sell it. Who knows? You know, the thing might be up in money. Who knows? You getting that secure the disk drive. Who knows?
You're my number one customer.
Come November or whatever like that, people may be wanting to buy those disk drives, scalp those things. But I don't promote that stuff. I don't think you should do that. But hey, you can always return it if you don't need it. Cyru 21 with the 5, he goes, these PC gamers don't understand in place upgrades. Oh yeah, like, you know, in place. Listen, the PC, like, they have their new tech, right? They got their new tech stuff, and they celebrate better GPUs, more next gen RAM, and all this other stuff. That's why. But they don't want a console to outshine the PC, and it never will. PC's ultimate power. I'm not saying that this is going to beat PC. It's not. But it's if you could play their games best day one on their stuff and they're building these games and you see a game like Astrobot, how the hardware and software come together, if you can do that, I'm excited about what they're going to do with games with this. And the fact that they held out and they have not shown their next wave of games like Ghost of Tsushima 2s and Wolverine and Death Stranding 2 and stuff like that. Like, you know you're going to get incredible stuff coming your way for the second half. And I want a pro to experience that best on day one. That's why I'm getting it on there. And I play on a huge screen. But I admit, that show yesterday was not the show to tell you to buy it or not. That was the Sticker Shock show and the theory of why this thing exists in Sony's mind. Now they need to deliver and sell it. So that I'm not saying go buy it because that was an incredible show. No, that show was not good. And I thought they should have even more tech to celebrate, but he skipped over that stuff. Roman Knight with the 2, he goes, what up, everybody? PS5 Pro day one. Yeah. Yeah, man. Good. Awesome. Again, day one, later on, who knows? Like I said, there's no urgency to upgrade. And also, too, they don't really have that holiday game that's coming out. You know, this stuff's probably lined up for next year. It doesn't look like Venom's coming out, you know, this time. It's going to probably be something like next year. The Claymores with the 10. I didn't buy a PS4 Pro, but we're getting the PS5 Pro day one. Gaming Twitter is insane and doesn't understand gamers. It doesn't, dude. But the thing that drives me insane the friggin' is the so-called journalist people that now freeload. Like, I guess their job of being a journalist wasn't enough, so now they got to, like, have these channels and YouTube space, YouTube and all this other stuff to get extra income because they're failing so bad at their role. I don't know. Like, they got to do these alternate methods of revenue because they just don't like being a journalist. So we're going to be ending this poll soon on this one. But yeah, I get my rant on that thing. But again, specifically, it's the media, like, of all people, the enthusiasts, the people that should be embracing new, exciting things are the ones that are like, I could say, like, hey, I'm not, like, I could see them going, hey, I'm not buying it. That's a lot. I'm not going to buy it. Fine. But the dismissal and the questioning of its existence, that's the crazy part. Like, who wants this? Why is this here? This doesn't need to be here. This is grabbing money. Like, that's crazy for somebody who's in the gaming industry. You know, I don't think Sony walking around going, oh, you want a Pro? And the developer's like, we don't want it. We don't need it. Do you think they still will make it? The developers are probably saying more power. More power. We want to do all this and this and this, and we can't do it at 60 frames. We got to do it at 30. We want more power. You think the devs are like, Cerny shows up, is like, hi, everybody. I'm here with my new... Cerny, shut up. We don't want it. We don't want the more power. Take a walk. The devs are like, come on. The claim was the 5. He goes, the PS5 Pro won't get Steam mega hit bananas. Oh, shoes bananas.
I can go directly to Blackness.
Oh, damn. Just buy a PC. PC Master Race, dude. Listen, I got gaming PCs. I got 3 of them. I got this 40. I got 2 4070s. I got a portable little one. I got a Legion Go, and I got a PlayStation. Hey, not flexing, but Jesus. There's gaming for everyone. But I do admit, when you're bringing consoles up at that price and you're looking to upgrade, when you're up there, you're $700, you're getting close to kind of like in that PC entry type stuff. And they may lose people to that stuff. They may. They may. And Sony, again, do they keep their eggs to themselves, their games to themselves, or they still put the stuff on PC? Fuck around and find out. I don't know. Like, come back with more power. We don't want to get out of here, sir. We don't want to hear about the Pro. No. The developers are probably, we want more power. They hate Booster. But no, we're not going to listen to those devs. They love Booster. Oh, come on. Come on. Come in. The grinders. The the show of shows. Yo, I wanted to go live and do this Grindhouse. So, hey, hit that like button. Subscribe here if you're new. Let's end this poll and see where we're at. It is a crap PC, Claymos. It's not going to give you the same feature set. You can play games on it. Yeah, you just load a resolution. Are you getting a PS5 Pro day one? 67% of the Gaming Grindhouse says yes. 29% of the Gaming Grindhouse says no. This is fine. And then 2%, nobody wants it. Get an Xbox instead. We found you. I knew you guys are hiding in the chat. I knew you guys. We found you. But hey, get an Xbox. Man, if Xbox had some games lined up, ready to go, it's all about the games, dude. It's all about the freaking games. Can't celebrate bullshit. That's why Sony has to show now the games to do this thing. And there we go. Sign my ass. There he is. The Seek 50. He goes, can't wait to assemble a PS5 Pro at the crash site in the next Astro Bot. And then Sign My Ass comes back again. Wait, that's it. When Sign My Ass has a super chat, I got to go like this.
Great ass!
Sign My Ass again coming in. He goes, can't wait to assemble a PS5 Pro at the crash site. He did another one.
Great ass!
There he is. He's gonna get a Grindhouse exclusive super chat soundbite. I may start doing that for people. I might give you your own soundbite. So hey, keep with those super chats. You might get your own soundbite coming on there. There we go. Holy crap! But
You're
yeah,
my #1 customer.
we'll see, grinders. We will see. But we're playing that game again, just like when Sony was doing $60-$70 games. And Phil was trying to do bottom barrel. Everybody's like, oh, just buy an Xbox, a Fire Stick.
#1 customer.
Just go buy a Fire Stick. You'll be fine. I was like, okay. It didn't work before, guys. It's not going to work again because you don't have the game lineup. You have Janky Jones. Starfield Shitted Space is coming out. Everybody excited for Shitted Space? Anyway.
You mean you changed it to the tree?
Yeah, used to be shithouse.
Well, grinders, thank you again. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're on our way for 3,000. If you thought this was special, wait till we hit 3,000. I'm going to do something really special. Still thinking about it, but it's going to be big. So it'll be big. I don't want to hype it up too much, but I want to do something nice for 3,000. So just keep hitting that subscribe button. Sign up if you're new. I think we got a couple more members today, but as soon as that member goal hits over about 4 or 5 more, that emoji, as soon as it's available, the 20th emoji for the Gaming Grindhouse, I will give you the Xbox Ninjas, and it will be sweet. Yes, that's right. It will be sweet on that one. So back to Astrobot, back to some Black Myth Wukong, and let's wait for whatever Sony has to show next, because if they show the goods, which we think they're gonna do, and we're ready to go. Timestamps will be forthcoming, but hit that like button, and thank you again, Gaming Grinders. We're out of here.
Gaming.